other people's pivot points and things that they could do, going through New Year's resolutions and all of those things. The two of us started our own pivot plans. Matt tried to do something totally crazy.
And I kind of enjoyed it, and I've pivoted it to make it more suitable for my lifestyle. But yeah, it was a fun experiment. Yeah, to go back and listen when we talked about the studies about the best, which I always hate that term, but the best number of sets per muscle group per week. And some studies suggested that it was 52 sets per muscle group. So
Per week, that's a lot.
yeah. So I decided to write out a 6 day a week program that would hit every major muscle group. I didn't do calves, and I didn't do abs, unfortunately, because it just time would not
Yeah,
allow.
that's a
But
lot of sets, man.
for 1 week, I did 52 sets for every. I split it up to do 26 sets twice a week with each muscle group, doing chest and tries 1 day, back and bis 1 day, shoulders and legs 1 day. Yeah. So we can delve into that in a second. What was yours? Like, I think we present, and then we can kind of present our findings.
So I went from doing basically nothing. As everybody knows, I have three wonderful children. I have an incredible wife that helps take care of them most of the day. And
And I think the good thing about Ryan is he says, like, incredible children and wonderful wife. Not like a lot of people say that. Like, it's not like your eyes aren't rolling as you do it. Like, it's genuine.
yeah, it's the truth. I can't say anything negative about it. It's kind of crazy. Um, and I did a bunch of stuff to try and help uh, her with them and help them, especially at nighttime. I built some bunk beds for them. So I did all of that and took care of house things and all that stuff. And like my fitness and nutrition just kind of totally went to the wayside. And I have recently started just doing body weight stuff, like just going back to, I can't remember what episode it was. I'll post it in the show notes when I go search for it. Uh, just the what can you do? Can you do one thing? Like the goal for every week in 2024 was I need my resolution, my pivot point is one workout a week. I have to complete at least one workout a week. And it's not like I got to complete some 2-3 hour workout plan. No, it doesn't matter what it is. It might be 10 minutes of doing as many reps as possible of body weight squats. Do like 1,000 Hindu squats. Probably not. I probably could only get through like 15-minute span. Maybe I can get like 20 a minute average, because you get a lot the first minute, but then probably not as many.
God, you're just talking 1,000 Hindu squats, like you're just flashbacks to like pro wrestling training, right?
Right. Go back to what did well for you. It's usually everyone's first starting point when you're trying to get back into it. You go back to what was successful before. And my nutrition plans that have been successful for me have never really changed. As everybody knows, get your servings of fruits and vegetables in, stick with that. It's mostly that I have not been doing the fitness component of everything. So my pivot was pretty simple. Just do one thing. Let's one
Yeah,
thing.
and I love that, like, yeah, we have two very different goals, and it shows that the two people in very different places. And I think this time of year, there are people that are in your boat, but then would look at something that I'm doing and go, that's what I need to do. And then they're going to completely fall off of it because it is insane, and it's insane for like somebody who's been working out consistently without breaks. But like, to go from like, hey, I've been sedentary for months, to go, yeah, somebody said 52 sets is the best thing, I got to do that, or
Yeah.
P90X, or like insert crazy thing here, whereas it's like,
75 hard. I'm gonna
yeah,
work out twice a day,
yeah,
every
one
day.
has to be outside, like, like But like, you build this foundation. So, one day a week, boom, you're successful at that. Like I talk about all the time, let's create a win. Then you go, okay, I can do 2 a week. Okay, then maybe 6 months, a year from now, you're like, yeah, the hell with it. I'm gonna try 52 cents. But like
Yeah.
that's a build-up thing. Because I was already doing, I think we talked about it before, like probably what, like between 20 and 30 sets per muscle group before. So I mean it was literally double. But so I did that for a week, and the way I developed the program was I didn't want to do like any like super like low rep heavyweight. So the one day for each muscle group would be between 10 and 12 reps. And then the other day was between 15 and 20 to allow me, a little bit more muscular endurance to not kind of,
Yeah.
as much overload. And it allowed me for a little bit of shorter rest time between sets, because I have a finite time about to work out. I'm not a professional bodybuilder. I'm not Arnold. Like I'm not getting to go in there and spend 3 hours a day. So for a week, I lifted for about 90 minutes for 6 days.
Yeah, that's still a
And
long workout time
oh,
for
it
those of
was
you that
insane.
listen to this podcast. Like we typically don't go longer than 90 minutes for any combo of
Yeah, my
strength
tip
training and endurance work. Don't
yeah,
never do
my
that.
typical workouts, I usually do strength for 45 to 60, depending on the program I'm running, and then usually 20 to 30 with cardio. So yeah, like I was doing more than what a lot of my normal workouts were. And recovery was okay. It's just the sheer amount of volume just is not sustainable. Like,
Yeah,
and I
like
don't.
how are your joints? That seems like a lot physically
Right.
to.
Like the elbow that's still like that I'm cleared and back to everything, but still recovering. I'm already prone to getting some inflammation, some bursitis. I can start
You
really
don't
to feel
say, the
that.
guy that likes bench press. You don't say.
Yeah, and you're doing 52 sets of like pressing motions, yeah. And then some, because like, not counting like over, yeah. I was definitely starting to feel it by the end of the week. And so like I pivoted it. Like I wanted to use that kind of as a way, as a baseline. It's kind of like an assessment for myself to go, okay, what do I think's doable? I think given enough time and to build up to it, like it is stupid to go from 30 sets a week to 52. Like I think if you progress and add 2 sets a week, I don't think 52 for like larger muscle groups would be insane, like as far as the volume for me.
Hmm.
It was over, like maybe again, like I said, my elbows were probably telling me otherwise. For smaller muscle groups, there's no way for me personally I needed to be doing 52 sets for my biceps and triceps. So what
Yeah.
I've pivoted to now is I'm doing 40 sets a week for the larger muscle groups, and then 20 to what are we doing? 20 to 24 sets for the smaller muscle groups.
Hmm.
And it seems to be working out pretty well. Because I
Yeah.
started doing that. What was what, like the first week in December. So like I've been doing that what now for like 5 weeks, and I like it. It's recovery's good. Eventually, I think I'm going to do that as we record this on January 10th. I think the plans to do that through like January, and then do like a deload week, and then do something a little bit less volume for a while. Because I'm still lifting 6 days a week, lifting each muscle group twice a week. So it's still a time commitment.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Overall, I was thinking the 52 sets a week, if you were somebody that was already advanced, kind of thing, if you only picked your weak point, if it just utilize it as the weak point training, like this specific muscle or this specific muscle group is the weak point, and do 52 sets for that one, but then did your 20 to 30 sets of everything else just to keep everything else at maintenance level, but then do overload that one. Um, and my bias in that is that's what I did to bring up my rear delts to make them even with my front. And I also started to do that with my pecs, but honestly, I think and maybe it's just a total failure on my part. I think my musculature for my chest is just not there. Like I don't think my body's ever going to develop like a big chest to bring it up. Or I'll just destroy my elbows attempting to get there.
Right. Like, yeah, it's, and especially as we get older, like it's lift smarter, not harder, a lot of times too, and it's risk versus reward and all those things we've talked about.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll get unturd at some point in time. So Doesn't matter. So when uh, when we finally decide that we're not going to have any more kids and we're fully solidified at that point, we'll be like, and testosterone. Marty, I'm 39 going on 40 here, so might as well. Your testosterone, for those of you that don't know, starts going down in your 30s for every male out there.
Yep.
So it's not unusual to see that somebody in their 30s or 40s is starting on testosterone replacement because it's possible it's probably dipped a little bit. Women, you should have that checked out too,
Yep.
because it's also important for you, and it's a
Get,
really
get your
odd
annual
side
physical.
effect.
Perfect time of year. Go get your physical. There you go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
women usually have higher testosterone levels than men. It's kind of a weird side thing. They produce more, supposed to. So I don't know. It's a weird kind of thing out there, but it's just because they have so much estrogen. Like it's like the levels are
right.
like both
Balances
really high.
out.
Yeah. Either way, I am going to continue to do all of the small stuff, and in the coming weeks, I will start posting it on all of our social media, and all of you guys can follow that along. And um, in that, I'm going to switch from the next step, next phase, once I can consistently enough with the one every week and adding in the second one, I'm going to switch to more uh, strength training with outside weights, not body weights as much. Currently, my platform is still occupied by a project I need to finish. It's kind of annoying. My 5-year-old now came to me the other day and said, Dad, you need to clear off the platform so we can use our barbell that we got for Christmas. And it's like,
Darn right.
yes, I agree with you. I am also with you. So, once I get that done, well, I can get that in there. I have to make J cups that way it can actually fit onto the rack. It's not quite long enough. That annoyingly, it said this is fit on a rack. It does not fit on a rack. Like, come on.
You mean a barbell that's appropriate for a 5-year-old child does not fit on a standard rack? That's weird.
No, what the hell, man? Like, this thing should have been 7 foot long. It's like 5 feet long. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. You should be forcing that kid to figure out their balance immediately.
Exactly.
So, but it
Trauma
is
fire.
funny.
There you go.
Yeah, the bar is only 5 pounds, so it's really funny. Like moving around, I'm like, oh, like this little 5 pound weight, but it's I'm gonna use it like for the strength curve. I'm gonna put like a plate on it, use it like a shoulder rock kind of thing. Because it can fit a plate and it can fit like a couple of plates and a clip on the end, so
Nice.
it's strong enough. um, but yeah, I don't know if ever I will attempt to do 52 sets for any muscle group.
I'm gonna travel up to your place for a week and we'll record it. We'll just record it and we'll post it on our socials.
Oh man.
And you can see the death of Brian in real time.
Right. Have you seen those have you seen those things with David Goggins where people try to work out with him? Oh man. For those of you out there that don't know who David Goggins is, he is a man that has completed the special forces training in three separate military groups for the United States, and now he just does like ultra marathons, and he brings people on that are not elite athletes but also some elite athletes and makes them go through like a workout with him. He also holds like the world record for pull-ups, so and world record for like 2-finger pull-ups specifically. So
I'll take things that are impressive, but I never want to do for 400. It's like
right.
like I have no desire to like even attempt that.
Yeah. So like watch these videos, he's like, come on, man. Like the other person's like totally dying over there. It's like, you got this. What are you doing? It's like, oh, I am not you. It's one of those things. If you his book is really good and inspiring. I don't think that his workouts are good for regular people to get started in. It's kind of like what we mentioned earlier. Like if you read his book and you're like, I'm going to do David Goggins stuff for the first of the year, by the time this podcast comes out, you probably already stopped.
Right. It's it's so easy to get like very inspired and reading stuff like that. I know we talk about our, the Arnold, like, we both read like the Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, similar ages, and like you read that at that, when you're a teenager, you're like, I want to work out, the 6 days a week, 2 a day split. And it's like, no, like, how about we just start out like and establish it and then go from there and see if we can do that.
Right. But either way, if you haven't already, if you want to get started and you're thinking about getting into a new you with a new nutrition and a new fitness plan, head on over to FranchiseNF.com, sign up for your free meet and greet, and we can get you set up with a plan that will work for you to help you achieve your goals. Like we say every week, maximize every bite.
Maximize every rep.